Welcome to Perception versus Reality, Sports and Culture. Please enjoy this PvR interview, like our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, welcome to PvR Sports. We have another interviewing session. Today we have Dalloway great and former UCA great, or for those of you who don't know, the University of Central Arkansas in Conway. Great football player, Jasper Johnson. Jasper Johnson was a Dalloway All-Conference, All-State, All-Southeastern Arkansas player from 2000 to 2002 seasons. He played at UCA from 2003 to 2007, where he was the All-Gulf South Conference player, All-South Region Conference player, and his senior year, he actually made an all-star team where they perform in front of scouts so they can get noticed and have an opportunity to play at the next level. So that's a great thing. Jasper was a two-sport star in high school, football and baseball. I actually played on the baseball team with Jasper. As a sophomore, he led our team in home runs, and I think him and I tied my junior year. My senior year, his junior year, I'm not sure, but I know he was always at least one or two in home runs on the team and tops in the conference. At UCA, Jasper Johnson was a top newcomer as a freshman. He led the team in interceptions. And in 2007, he led the team in tackles. 2005, that team actually won the conference that year, made it to the playoff quarterfinals. So Jasper has always exceeded in everything he do. I've been knowing Jasper for my entire life, pretty much since we were 7 or 8 years old. And Jasper has always been a person that's of high character, hard work, very quiet, laid back guy, but you knew not, you was aware that you couldn't cross him as a player on the field, on the diamond, or either on the football field. Jasper has a lot of accolades. Happy that he gave me this opportunity to interview with him today and just to hear his story. And I'm sure everybody out there in the Pine Bluff world, the Little Rock world, that is aware of Jasper's accolades and his career as a football player and a baseball player would love to hear this interview also. How you doing today, Jasper?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, man. So Jasper, what I want you to first tell me is like, what was your background? Although I know a lot of your background, like, how did you come up? Did you come up playing all three sports? What teams did you play for in Pine Bluff? And how did you develop into such a great football player and baseball player?
I mean, really, I grew up in Cottonwood, Ashland, Dalloway, Northside, Dalloway District. After that, I mean, we moved closer to the high school. I mean, basically, as growing up in Cottonwood, I mean, that's what we did. We just went outside, either rode bikes or played right in the center and played baseball. You know, most people play football, but our thing was baseball.
Okay.
Did a lot of baseball, played a lot of striker. We played a little football, but nothing outrageous. Just going out, just being a kid, just something to do.
Absolutely. And I remember playing with you guys also, not in Cottonwood, but when you guys moved closer to the high school off School Street, you and I, Pig, your brother, Fernando, my brother, Tony Miller, Bobby Miller, we would get together and play. So we kind of helped develop each other, Now tell me, as you was growing up in Cottonwood and in Dalloway, what teams did you play for? Did you play in baseball and in football? Did you play Pee Wee football?
Actually, baseball was my thing growing up. So I played International League. I played for Boatman. So I played with them from 9 all the way up to 12-year-olds. Football is actually funny because I didn't play football until I got to 7th grade.
That's weird, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, you didn't play football until you got into 7th grade. And so you play baseball, you make an all-star every year, because I know you made all-star every year because I played with you. You made all-star every year. You was a hell of a pitcher, hell of an outfielder, could play third base if needed. When you started playing football, did you like it? Was it something that you liked, or were you able to take the hits? How was that your first year in the 7th grade?
I mean, 7th grade football, it was pretty easy. We went undefeated, so, it wasn't much adjustment because we had a team full of athletes, so in comparison to other teams. I just remember one game I had an interception in Stuttgart. I actually ran all the way back from my first ever touchdown.
Yeah.
But that was, it was fun. So I played 7th through 9th, And then when I got to 10th grade, I didn't play. I just stuck to baseball because that was my thing growing up anyway. And then I played again my 11th, 12th grade year. So really, I had like 5 years of football experience before college.
Yeah, that's real because coming up in the 7th grade, you started playing. I was in the 8th grade at the time, so I was playing with the 8th grade, 9th grade team. Now, when my 9th grade season, your 8th grade season, you played football. What position did you play? Were you always a defensive back, or did you play linebacker?
I was always a defensive back, wide receiver, something of that type. Because I was out in junior high, I was considered one of the smaller guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't hit my peak until I got to high school. So I always played a quarterback or a receiver or a D-back, some type of skill position.
And just let the people know, you were always, even in 9th grade, when you hit 9th grade, you was starting on the senior high baseball team. I think I made the senior team, but I didn't start. I only started like 10 of the 25 games. I think you started every game when I was a sophomore and you were a freshman, and that was the first time it had been done in a long time. I don't even think John started every game. So that was a big deal. In football, it was kind of slow for you, if I'm not mistaken, where I'm sure you started, but you wasn't that superstar yet. You was developing your skills. Tell us about you developing your skills your 9th grade, 10th grade year before you broke out and became that star.
It was a up and down year. So, I played, like I said, again, a lot of positions.
Yeah.
I didn't know really what I wanted to do with football. Football was just something extra. To be honest with you, because my thing was baseball. So I did, as a freshman, 9th grade, I did be the senior high team, man, on run.
You sure
as a
did.
freshman.
Yeah.
And this day and age, kids are training and playing year round.
Yeah.
I wasn't fortunate to have, we wasn't fortunate to have all that training. We just played off just pure God athleticism.
Yep.
And so, that was my deal. Baseball was my deal, so that's why I didn't really push football my 10th grade year.
Yes.
Because I knew what my calling was, and it was baseball. But, again, I had a change of heart, and I decided to play football again my 11th and 12th grade year, and then it just actually took off from there.
Absolutely. And I'll go into, like, we talked about your 9th grade year. It was an up and down season in football. You started playing, you were in baseball, and you excelled at baseball. You led our team in home runs as a freshman coming out of junior high, middle school ball, which was very impressive. You started every game. You were a key contributor to us making it to the regional tournament, and I think we came in second in conference to Lone Oak, and you made freshman teams and all those things, and you did really good. 10th grade in football, like you said, it was kind of up and down. You love baseball. You really wanted to focus on that, and baseball was your calling. Now, you hit 11th grade year, and this was my senior year in high school, and I remember it just like it was yesterday. The first 3 or 4 games you started, but it was almost like you were switching out with other players, and by that 5th game, it was either the 4th or the 5th game where you broke out and you had this huge game, and at that moment, everybody on the team knew that you were a whole different player. Like, it's almost like you had arrived the middle of my senior year, your junior year, where I think you led the team in interceptions. I think you had, the most tackles the second half of the season. And, a lot of things went right for you, and you could just see your dominance going into your 11th grade year. Tell me about how that transition felt, and do you really remember, that transition from going to being a player who, hey, he's a good starter to, man, this guy can play at the next level?
That transition came with me. I'm a serious competitor in everything I do, and basically I didn't like switching out.
Yeah.
That switching out, and I want to play. Everything I want to do, I want to excel, and I want to play. So therefore, I just turned my game up. If I'm going to play, I want to play.
Exactly.
So I just started putting my nose wherever the football is. Wherever I saw the ball, I hit the ball. And that was my motto: see ball, hit ball. And that's what propelled me to go on. And plus, playing on a good team also helped, because it spikes your motivation. Because I didn't get a lot of action my junior year and your senior year. The ball rarely passed the linebackers.
Exactly.
To be honest.
Exactly.
So I had to create ways to try to basically stand out from the rest.
Yes.
So, and the rest is history. I mean, again,
Absolutely.
I just want to play.
Exactly.
I don't like sitting the bench. I don't like switching out. No, I want to be out there all the time. So.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I agree with that, Jasper, because, like I said, you could just see the difference in you, man. It was like, wow, this guy's probably one of the top 3 or 4 players on the team at that moment. And like you said, you were making plays from the safety position that I hadn't seen since I've been at Dalloway. All my 3 or 4 years of playing, it's like you were back there looking like Ed Reed back there, making plays, making tackles. And I was showing my wife the film that you sent me of our senior year, and even she noticed how you stood out. She said, "Wow, number 11 is on. It looked pretty good." I said, "Yeah, that's Jasper." And Neely and I started explaining who you were, and that's interesting. Now, I didn't get to see much of your senior year. I saw a couple of games, but when I went back your senior year, you just seemed like a man amongst boys out there. And I didn't get to see many games, so that's why I'm going to need you to take me down your senior year. How did you perform? How did the team perform? I know you did great because I heard everybody talking about you, and I was able to get to a couple of games because I was at the time redshirting in college, so it was kind of hard for me to get back and forth, even though I was in the same city, to get over there and watch a lot of the games. Break down your senior year for me. Tell me how you did and your recruiting process going into your senior year.
All right, going into senior year, we had a coaching change. So Coach Jordan left, so spread offense left, and Coach Shelton came in. Mm-hmm. So we did a lot of wishbone. So I went from playing one side of the ball to playing actually literally about every position, from safety to linebacker to running back, quarterback, receiver, and tight end. I literally played all of them. We didn't have the best of the year, but by my senior year, my objective was to get a scholarship.
Yeah.
Baseball, football, somehow, some way. In junior year, I kind of got out on the radar.
Yeah.
And so senior year, I stepped it up. So, against anyone we played, my objective was to dominate. And I pretty much done that. But that was single-handedly. That was basically one person. So it wasn't a team collaborative thing.
Yes.
But, as a team, we was okay. But I wouldn't have been able to do anything without them out there. So
in that year,
we didn't.
In that year, you were all conference, all Southeast Arkansas, and all state player, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So we did all that, but the team we wasn't what I would like for us to be, but hey, we competed, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. So I just went out. I just played, had fun with my teammates, and the rest was just history.
Okay.
And then I actually got, I had a couple offers. So my senior year going in, I had verbally committed to Louisiana Monroe.
I remember that, yeah.
Coming out of college.
Yeah.
And, I had offers from UAPB and UCA and a couple other schools.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to take a couple visits, but ULM was where I was going to go. That was actually before actually signing there. I had committed early.
Yes.
But then I flipped that commitment after I had visited UCA, mainly because it was a different environment.
And that's what I was going to ask you, Jasper. That's kind of, most people wouldn't do that because Louisiana Monroe is a D1 school, and at the time, UCA was a Division II school, in a tough conference, and they had a great school. They were doing good, but that had to be a tough decision for you to say, okay, I can go play D1 ball, which would make my chances of playing at the next level higher, but instead I'm gonna pick this D2 school over all these D1, because at the time UAPB was Division I AA, Louisiana Monroe was Division I, and then you had UCA. Why make that decision and put yourself at a lower level versus playing at a D1 level and giving yourself a better chance of making it to the pros at that time?
My first rule was to actually just to get out. I wanted to experience something different.
Okay.
So I had that aligned already with various scholarships.
Okay.
I went to Louisiana Monroe, and I mean, I didn't feel the vibe.
Okay.
And actually, there were guys there from Little Rock that hosted me, and both of those guys played safety, and both of them actually went to the NFL playing safety. So they actually recruited me for the position that I wanted. But, I mean, I went there, and like I said, I didn't like the vibe. Like I said, I wanted something new. So I came to UCA. It was quiet. It was laid back. Everyone wanted me. Actually, a lot of people don't know this, but the UCA head coach and the actual defensive coordinator came to my house, and I had like shown them off. I wasn't even at home. I said I wasn't going there. Yeah. So actually, that's something most people don't even know. Yeah, the head coach and the D coordinator came all the way down. And I was like, no, I'm not going to that school. I don't know why they're coming. Yeah. But then I actually went back after I visited, and they took care of me and showed me around and how quiet. And, you know, it was quiet, and it was a peaceful town. And, you know, there's something I wasn't used to growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
I mean, my objective wasn't to get to the NFL at all.
Okay.
None of that. My objective was to have something different than I'm used to having.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, Jasper. And that's a good explanation because I always wondered that. And I never asked you because I felt like, hey, this is a little personal. Maybe he had his reasons for going. Maybe he wanted to be closer to his mom. Maybe he wanted to be closer to his little sister. You know, I didn't know. But it was kind of weird to me because I said, dang, you know, if I had the opportunity to go D1, because the only scholarship offers I received were to JUCOs and to Division II schools, not even UCA, because UCA was considered an upper level D2 school, you know, versus like Washita Baptist or somewhere like that where I received offers. And I picked the biggest school that offered me, which was UAPB. So for you to make that decision and stick with your heart and use your head instead of just being emotional, it was great because it turned out to be the best thing for you. It turned out to be a great thing for you because if you look at your college career was exceptional, man. It was, you know, I'm actually jealous of your college career because I wish I had that opportunity. So going into UCA, going into your freshman year, tell me about that. You walk in the door. You're Jasper Johnson. You're one of maybe 20 to 25 freshman recruits. How do you stand out, and how hard did you work to be able to get on the field that freshman year and become a newcomer of the year?
All right, so coming in, they had already labeled, I guess, from your high school stats, who were the newcomers of the year. And so I was probably one of the 4 or 5 guys coming in. And I'll tell anybody, that freshman coming in to college was tough.
Yes.
I wanted to quit. First couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to quit. Everything was so much faster.
Yep.
Coaches are yelling at you more. You in 90-something degree heat.
Yep.
And everything is just moving as fast as possible. And you're not used to it.
And football is your life. Football is your life. From practice to
football
meetings.
Is it now.
Yep. Practice to meetings.
This is paying for school now. Yep. This is my golden ticket. So I had to stick it out. And I wanted to play like I was in high school, so I had my visor, I had everything, I got everything ready for me. Yeah. But my actual nutrition wasn't right. Yeah, okay. So imagine eating junk and going out there practicing football with a visor in your face. So you literally have no oxygen coming back. So everything you pushing out is coming back because it's hitting there. But once I got there and got acclimated, changed some things up my freshman year, even before the first game, I was all over the field, like literally all over the field. Just got to put your nose in. You have to stand out. You already have this token that, you think you know, juniors and seniors. Yes. You're going in to take your spot. Exactly. Every year they're recruiting somebody to take your spot. So I'm going in, you know, people think, you think you this because you that. I just went in, stayed focused, and played ball.
Yes.
And actually, I didn't start. I started my freshman year coming up. So I jumped those hurdles, and I actually got my first interception against UAPB.
I remember that. I remember that because I was at that game. Y'all played us in Little Rock. I remember it.
Came against the hometown team, and I had some of my buddies in the stands, and they was going crazy. I was hearing them doing warm-ups and all that. But yeah, that felt really good. I think I had about second or third on the team in tackles that game, including that interception.
Yeah.
So that went good. And I mean, freshman season it went pretty good. So I led the team in tackles. I mean, not tackles, actually interceptions.
Yeah, led the team in
interceptions. So
interceptions.
it's kind of reminded me of my freshman year in junior high, basically leading the team in home runs. So everything is possible. But yeah, I just went all out my freshman year. So freshman season, we didn't have our best season, but I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fun. College life, everything was new. But after that season, and I got to springtime, that's when I thought my career was done.
You broke your
spring
ankle,
game, right? I broke my ankle. Actually, I remember the play. The tight end drag. I was in zero coverage. He went across, and they hit the other tight end coming back. So I turned my head to where he threw the ball at, and then boom, they made this. I think 2 linebackers made the tackle, and actually a tight end. So my cleat got stuck in the ground, and I bent back, and I heard it pop. So I knew at first I was laughing. I knew it was done. I knew it was broke.
Yeah.
And I had my ankles taped with an ankle brace on at that.
Oh wow.
So my ankle was taped with the ankle brace on, and yeah, they took my ankle brace off, cleat. They cut that off, and the tape off, and actually when they done that, my ankle just fell. It was just hanging.
Oh shit.
So yeah, got rushed to the hospital, and I had to put a plate and 8 screws in it, and I still have a plate and 8 screws in my ankle to this day.
Oh wow. So in that game, so after that, now you had this super freshman year. You're the big man on campus. You one of the big men on campus as far as the football team goes. They're looking at you your sophomore year to come in and really, really tear it up because you played good as a true freshman. Like you said, in that game when we played you guys at War Memorial Stadium, you caught the interception and you did some great things, and that was early in the season. So you in your spring game, you're feeling good. You break your ankle. Oh, I know you was feeling down. You mentioned that you felt like your career was over. How was that rehab process, and how long did it take you to get back onto the field?
Actually, the rehab process was pretty good. Let's see, I broke it, I don't know, in March or something like that. I can't remember. I was actually back by July.
Mm-hmm.
But my sophomore year, I didn't play a lot because, I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
So my sophomore year is like, it's one I rarely talk about because I didn't play much.
Yeah.
And then we played a lot of option teams.
Mm-hmm.
And so they kept me out a lot to protect my ankle because everyone knows they play an option team. You get that high ankle sprain, you're basically done.
Yeah.
So my sophomore year, I was basically, it was a down year, to be honest. Grades dropped, so it was just bad.
So that's interesting. So your grades dropped. Did the college life affect you, or was it? And when I say college life, do you mean the party life, partying, hanging out, or was it the lack of success on the football field and your ankle being injured that affected you? What do you think affected your grades more that year?
It was definitely the lack of success on the field. You know what I'm saying, because I'm used to playing, and everything I'm doing, I'm used to playing, and so I didn't play much, and man, it was just like the college. It was. I'm still taking Gen Ed classes, basically it's sophomore year. So it wasn't the grade. It wasn't actual school life. It was just that I wasn't getting the vibe on the field. I didn't play as much as I thought I should. But I'm sure the coaches and trainers know that, hey, you're not the person you used to be, because yes, you are cleared to play, but you ain't really cleared to go out and do all the things that you once used to do.
Okay.
So I just spent the rest of that year basically. I played some, but not a lot. But I used the rest of that year just to strengthen up my ankle and just basically get stronger in the weight room.
That's good.
Because after my freshman year, I think I came in at like 180.
Yeah. And
then I put on like 40 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
By staying over the summer, because we had a great strength program.
And that's what I was gonna say. I was used to you being Jasper, the tall, lanky guy. Not so much as lanky, but just a tall, slim guy, with a lot of power.
Right.
Because you was tall and skinny, but you had a lot of power when it came to baseball and football. But I can remember, and I'll go into this story real quick before we go into your next phase in your junior and senior year. Jasper, I wasn't having a great time at UAPB because we had a new coach was hired. The coach that recruited me was fired, so I had to work my butt off to get back even into consideration of the lineup, which is the top 4 receivers and the top 2 punt and kick returners. And this guy brought in his recruits, and it was hard, and I worked my butt off, and I got myself back into the lineup. But as soon as I made one mistake, he, reduced my role to 6th, 7th receiver and 4th or 5th on the depth chart at kick and punt return. And it was just devastating to me. So I walked away from the team and I wanted to transfer. So when I transferred, I called Jasper. And I asked Jasper, like, hey, could you talk to the coaches for me? Could you give them my highlight film and see if I could just walk on at UCA? And Jasper actually helped me get a tryout as well as get a opportunity to walk on at UCA. Now, I didn't stay because when I tried to transfer my credits, UCA didn't have an industrial technology program. And at the time, I had almost 70 hours in school, and I would have been reduced to like 30 to 40 hours. And I had a daughter at the time, and I just felt like staying in school another 2 years after football wasn't worth it. So I decided to go back, but Jasper helped me get into UCA. And when he says that it's a different program, he's absolutely right. It was totally different from UAPB. It was so much better. Nutrition was better. The training was better. And just to end it with this, Jasper, I remember coming up for a workout during the summer. And I was used to you being tall, lanky, Jasper, that was just strong and fast. And I walk up, and you're just this huge guy, like totally different beast, And we started doing one-on-one drills. And I'm thinking like, oh man, Jasper can't handle me, man. He'll kill me inside, but as long as I stay on the outside, I got him, Because that's how I used to be in practice. Man, when I tell you, you was a whole different beast, and it was. I made some catches on some other players, but when I went against you, and that's what I wanted to do, I wanted to show you that I still was that player. Man, you made it tough, and I give you that. And I knew you. I said, man, this program has really helped Jasper. So that was coming off the ankle injury. You look good, when you were doing one-on-ones, even when you was going against Farouz and guys like that, you were still looking good. So that's my experience with Jasper. I just want to throw in there. Now, Jasper, let's go back to you because this is about you, not about me. You rehab your ankle. You're feeling good. Tell me about your bounce back season that junior year.
Well, my junior year, I got spring before that. So in the summer,
Yep.
I solidified my spot again.
Yep.
We're going into, our junior year, so the word is that this is our last season playing D2 ball, so we're supposedly moving up. That was probably one of the best years ever because I think we went like 11-3. So with that year, we were dominating like everybody, literally everybody. Almost we played. So what can I start? Our entire team, offense and defense, was just like D-line was like 6'4", 6'5" across the board.
Yep.
Linebackers 5'10", 6 foot across the board.
Yep.
Cornerbacks were short, but they were fast and giddy. And that year, I rolled down in the box a lot. So I was like the free guy. So I'm like the cleanup guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So back to what you said, strong. Usually I'm covering the inside receivers.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I can run, but I ain't trying to do all that running. So a lot of guys don't expect to be hit within that 5-yard rule. So what saved me a lot during that year is I just cleaned my guy out, especially in man coverage.
Yeah.
Clean my guy out within that first 5 yards.
Yep. And
just be done with it and just look up something else. But, as a team that year, we had Nathan Brown, quarterback. He was up the scout team.
I remember Nathan
Brown. So
he's
actually the head coach now at UCA.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's
and you had
coach
Aaron
now
Farouz,
at
who was a great receiver. And then who was the slot receiver? The white guy?
For Norvell, he's the head coach at University of Memphis.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, we had defense. We had linebackers, Quinn Maxfield, Ryan Taylor. We had Jacob Ford, which actually got drafted by the Titans.
Yep.
My senior year.
Yep.
So with that, man, we were just a powerhouse. Like I said, we had just a lot of hungry guys. A lot of guys that have been there and, just wanted to compete. We were competing amongst each other.
Yeah,
who's going to get the tackle? Who's going to get the interception? I always told my cornerback, I'm not going for the interception. Yeah. You go for the interception, I do the cleaning up. And so we just established that it was just a huge brotherhood. Everybody, we hung out together. We've done a lot of things together. And, the rest was history. So we actually lost at home in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Of that,
I remember that.
Of that year. But we actually, against North, I think we beat them. Did we beat them? I don't know if we beat them or not. I think in the regular season because they were in our conference.
Yeah.
Because we won the conference that year, and then they actually came back and beat us in the quarterfinals. But year, that was a great year, man. I was second on the team that year in tackles.
Okay.
That was actually our last year in D2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how then you guys that transferred over to the Southland Conference, where you were D1 school at that point. So you had y'all had a great junior year for you. I remember that year because, like you said, I actually came into 2 days into the summer camp and spent about a week and a half, 2 weeks there before I decided to leave. So a lot of those guys you speak of, I know, and you could tell the talent on that team was different. Thank you for listening to the PvR Sports Podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch new episodes and PvR clips. Like our Facebook page and share with your friends if you enjoyed this podcast. As we say in the South, catch you later.